Hey there, YouTubers. Thanks for joining us. It is January 2025, and we are going to take a little trip to Kuala Lumpur. During this video, we're going to show you some of the sites, some of the hop-on, hop-off buses, the shopping, and then we'll round it up a little bit of nightlife, a little bit of food, and then a surprise at the end of a very, very cool bar. So stick around and join us. Malaysia, a vibrant Southeastern Asian nation, is known for its rich cultural diversity, stunning landscapes, and delectable cuisine. Its capital, Kuala Lumpur, or KL as the locals call it, is a bustling metropolis where modern skyscrapers like the iconic Petronas Towers meet historical landmarks such as the Sultan Abdul Samad Building. KL is a melting pot of Malay, Chinese, Indian, and indigenous influences, offering a unique experience with its sweet food, colorful markets, and lush parks. Whether you're exploring the Batu Caves or shopping in Bukit Bintang, Kuala Lumpur promises an unforgettable adventure in a city that never sleeps. On this trip, we were flying Malaysian Airlines. In future videos, I'll go ahead and do a in-depth review of the flight and the experience with the lounges, etc. But this was a 2.5-hour flight in economy, and there's really just not that much to say about it. Malaysian Airlines is a solid offering. I will note that if the flight is under 3 hours, they don't serve alcohol. So that may affect your willingness to upgrade to business class if you're going. All in all, the food was good, though. They served a minced chicken with fried rice dish, which was actually quite tasty, and a nice little fruit bowl. We stayed at the Quill Residences, which was a fantastic deal. $203 US for 4-night stay. We really couldn't have asked for more. It was in a great location, very central. Monorail station was attached to the building. It was also attached to a mall that had a grocery store in the basement of it. So very convenient. You could get, everything you wanted. The unit was a 1-bedroom apartment. I actually got the idea for it from watching another video of Kuala Lumpur. Some more other YouTubers stayed at the same place, and I tracked it down. I did book it through booking.com. On the 6th floor, there is a gym that's to the left that I'm not showing in the camera, but there's also a nice swimming pool on the 6th floor for you to use if you'd like to do that. Check-in process is pretty unique. You scan your passport at a kiosk outside the machine, then you put your booking reference number in, and it spits out a key card so you can get into your unit. This is the outside of the unit. We're getting ready to walk in and show it to you for the first time. So as you walk in, you have a bathroom on the right. You can see pretty standard. It was clean and did everything you wanted it to do. Moving on from the bathroom, we'll head next into the living room so you can see that. Like I said, we really, really enjoyed this place due to its location. It was easy to get to places. There were all kinds of restaurants around the place. You can see the kitchen, the living room. The one negative to the place is the separator between the bedroom and the living room was just a sliding glass door. There was no curtain or blinds or anything on that. So if one of you is an early riser, such as me, and wants to watch some TV, you're basically going to flood the bedroom with light. But it had a nice balcony with a really nice view. Yeah, all in all, great place to stay. I highly recommend it. Now we're going to head out for some drinks. So we're heading down to Changrat Street. It's in the middle of the Google Map page I just showed you. It's basically one street that's about, 500 meters long, and it's nothing but bars. It is a whole lot of fun. The bar we were at that night was called the Gypsy Bar. They were offering 2-for-1 cocktails until 10 o'clock at night. I'll show you a quick look at the menu. I'm going to just keep these pages up for a second, but I encourage you to pause the video and read some of them because they're pretty funny. Next morning, I went to breakfast at this place called the Cookie Plate and had shoshuka, which is absolutely delicious. It was a fantastic deal, less than $10 for a cup of coffee and breakfast. And then we're heading over to the monorail now, and we're going to catch the monorail and go explore a little bit. So I will note that on the second day, we did do the hop-on, hop-off bus, but the first day we just did the monorail and kind of did everything ourselves. The monorail is super easy to use. It's very clean. efficient. It's a little bit slower than the BTS in Thailand. Um, for example, I think the BTS comes every 4 minutes in Thailand, and it only comes every 8 to 10 minutes here in KL. But it's still a very efficient way to get around, and it'll get you within, easy walking distance to whatever landmark that you want to see. There's the Petronas Towers in between two buildings. Just got lucky when we happened to be filming when we went by on the monorail. This is Bukit Bintang. This is kind of like I forget. There's a word for it. I'll have to ask my wife. But it's a kind of a crazy intersection, kind of like the one in Tokyo where you cross at all angles from every corner. Lots of shopping in this district. There's a place called Shawarma Street, which is like back to back to back shawarma restaurants, which is pretty cool, pretty funny, especially if you... This is the food street that was right off Bukit Bintang. Still early, so not everything was open, but we did manage to find a roti guy who's going to make us some roti with cheese and eggs. So here's a little bit of him. Not too sweet. The Asians love sweet things, so he's dumping coconut syrup onto the egg and cheese roti, and I had to hold him off. In a few moments, somebody's going to start grinding nearby, so I'm going to cut this short, but needless to say, the roti was really delicious. So next on our dinner playlist was a place called El Cerro. It specialized in tapas, sangria. Nice little place. Recommend it. Good if you're not really super starving, unless you want to order a lot of tapas. And I don't know how, but we just kept ending up back on Bar Street. Seemed like the thing to do. I was sitting and having a beer and looking across the street, these guys setting something on fire. I guess they were going to be doing some grilling right on the sidewalk. Anyways, it was pretty interesting to watch. Lots of people. It didn't matter what day of the week it was. It's a pretty popular, crowded street. Then we stopped in at Havana and had some drinks and liked it so much that we decided to do my birthday dinner there. These were our bartenders. They were great guys. They made some good drinks. Next morning, I got up and went to Bricks and Bread for breakfast. Nice place, kind of right around the corner from the Kooky Plate. I had a egg, bacon, and cheese croissant and a cup of tea. That the croissant was unbelievable. I mean, so next we hopped on the KL hop on hop off bus. It has two different routes. It takes you on the garden route or the city route. I encourage you to pause the screen if you want to see where it goes. I put a Google map right here. Sungway Wang Plaza is where the KL picks you up. It's $12 per person. We finally made it to the Petronas Towers. There are all kinds of guys standing around trying to get you to pay to have your picture taken with it. They got all the gear set up so the camera angle is perfect. We just kept moving around till we found a good spot to do it. You can't do the walk across the connector between the two, but I heard it's really expensive. I don't know exactly how much it was, but it's probably like $30 or $40 a person. I just didn't think it was worth it. Better to go to a rooftop bar and then just do that. So now we're going to one of our favorite places that we discovered in KL, Gravy Baby. There's actually, I believe, 3 locations. There's at least 2. One's on Bar Street. This isn't the one on Bar Street. This one is in a kind of a more chill neighborhood, more hotels. Definitely a lot of foreigners there. But we really liked the vibe of this place. Food was good. The bartenders made good drinks. These signs are really funny. You should pause the video and read them. The whole place was cool. I had a steak and wild mushroom pie with dark gravy. And it was out of this world. This is Jalan Peddling Street. This is in Chinatown. It's a pretty famous street. Lots of little shops, tattoo parlors. I got approached by at least 3 guys to get a tattoo. I wasn't interested. But hey, that's your thing. But this is where you get all the fake Gucci, and Louis Vuitton purses, and they have fake Mont Blanc pens, and Nike Air Jordans, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if they're fake. I mean, they're pretty cheap. So uh, you can be the judge of that. Here's a nice shot of the KL Tower. We didn't go up in that either. This is Center Market. Kind of a cool market. It's got a lot of higher end quality touristy type of things. There was a copper shop in there. They had the copper mugs for Moscow mules, but they were about $50 US in after I did the conversion and for each mug. So I passed on it. Um, we typically like to get some kind of souvenir from every country we visit. That way we have it in our house. Um, so I think I'm not even sure what we got. I'll have to check with the wife. Anyways, pretty cool market. All right, so here's the surprise. Would you believe that this is the front of a bar in Kuala Lumpur? This is a speakeasy type bar. Speakeasies come from the Prohibition period in the United States when alcohol was illegal, so they made bars really hard to find. That way, people could get away with drinking illegally. This one is called PS 150, and it's actually in the front of the front of it is a toy store. You can see the toys in the little cabinet. That is the only signage, so you know where it is. This is my wife is filming me walking into the bar so you can see what it's like. There's construction going on outside. Um, I thought I was going to get busted for walking through this thing. There's absolutely nothing marking the door. You walk through, enter this dark hallway. There's a couple like beaded seating areas like off to the side. You still don't, I thought at first we were in an opium den or something like that. Um, and then, you know, you just keep walking back. You go further and further. It starts looking a little bit nicer, and then you go through the final door back here, which is also unmarked. And lo and behold, you end up in the bar. Now we're going to show you a little bit of the bartenders. And that's the end of our trip. It was a great trip. We had a blast. Highly recommend KL. There's still stuff we need to do. 4 days wasn't enough. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. There'll be many more to come.